How's it going, old schoolers? You are kicking it old school with Russell J.S., and I am your host, Russell J.S. I am about to do a video. It's going to be an album versus album, track by track. Two sophomore albums from two great rock bands are going to go head to head against each other over which one is superior. Now, both of these bands are my favorite bands. A couple of my favorite bands of all time. The two albums that will be showcased: Van Halen II versus Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, You're Gonna Get It. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and score these albums by point. And we're gonna see which album is gonna be superior. Now, this might hurt me a lot because I love both these albums and I love both these bands. But I wanna see who had the best sophomore album, in other words, second album release. Without further ado, let's put these bad Oscars to the challenge, shall we? All right, so now we got Van Halen 2. As you can see, I got my notebook ready. There's the set list of both albums. They are going to be ready to do battle. Here, we're going to start off with You're No Good versus When the Time Comes. Now, I'd say Eddie, Dave, and the boys, they did a really stupendous cover of this Linda Ronstadt song, but it was real good how they did it, the Van Halen style. But you know what? I don't really like the song itself, so therefore, When the Time Comes gets a point. There we go. Dance the Night Away versus You're Gonna Get It. Now, they play Dance the Night Away an awful lot on the radio. I mean, it's in that list of songs that FM radio just plays the life out of. That list of 90 songs they loop about 3 or 4 times a day. I mean, it's an all right song. It's not the best. Oh boy. This really, like I said, again, this is really going to hurt because, I want to be fair, but Tom Petty takes this one once again. Somebody Get Me a Doctor versus Hurt. Hurt is a pretty decent song. I enjoy it, but you know what? I like Somebody Get Me a Doctor as well, and I don't like one better than the other, so therefore I'm going to give both of them score a point. Bottoms Up versus Magnolia. Bottoms Up is a really killer song, and Magnolia, I really dig. I really love that song. I mean, it kind of reminds me of maybe, say, a prequel to Refugee, which would come out the following year on Damn the Torpedoes. And, Bottoms Up, it really rocks. So, you know what? I'm gonna give both Van Halen and Tom Petty a point. Okay. Out of Love Again versus Too Much Ain't Enough. I'm not a big fan of it, so Tom Petty gets a point. Light Up the Sky versus I Need to Know. Yeah, Light Up the Sky really rocks. It's got a real honkin' rockin' beat, and I really love I Need to Know because it seems to me that Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers on that tune, they show off how they could really rock hard, and I love Light Up the Sky, so they both get a point. Boy, this is really, oh man, this is killing me. You don't want to know, right? You don't want to see this. You probably already know. Spanish Fly versus Listen to Her Heart. I love Eddie's guitar work. I love how he's doing that guitar tapping with flamenco guitar, his signature trademark, guitar tapping. I mean, it really kills. And Listen to Her Heart, I love the fact that it's based on a true story that at one point Tom was collaborating with the late Ike Turner, and Ike Turner tried to hold his wife captive while he was binging out on a lot of coke. Now, I love both these songs, but they both get a point. DOA versus No Second Thoughts. What can I say? This album, You're Gonna Get It, is really, I mean, this is when Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were in their prime. I mean, there they were, like a real premier rock band from Florida. That at this point, this is their second album, and they're getting, not only are they going to tour for this album, but they're also going to prepare for Damn the Torpedoes, which would be their landmark of all the albums. And once again, I have to give both points, and I love DOA, so I got to give them each a point. Women in Love versus Restless. Women in Love. Beautiful Girls versus Babies, a Rock and Roller. I get a kick out of, I really love that song Beautiful Girls because it reminds me of beer commercials, and it kind of reminds me of that 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 one SNL bit that Chris Farley and Adam Sandler did where they were house sitting for the summer, and they do it like a certain kind of beer commercial. If you've never seen it, go up on YouTube, look up the Chris Farley, Adam Sandler beer commercial on SNL on YouTube. It's really hilarious. It looks like the beer ads that you used to see, on TV with the bikini clad women by the beach. But, just for real, check that video out when you get a chance. It's very hilarious. And Baby's a Rock and Roller. Well, like I said, you know what? I'm going to give them both a point. And now here's the end result. Van Halen 2 versus Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. You're going to get it. Van Halen with 6 points. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers with 10 points. Tom Petty. Winner. Right here. And I also want to remind you, I'm getting ready for this mystery ride. I just did the retro vacation 1970s and 1980s, and I'm getting ready. I'm preparing to do 1990s, and also I'm gonna prepare for the 1990s, and that's gonna be a mega one. It's gonna be huge. You're gonna see why. And also I'm gonna do a tutorial on packing, on what to bring. I mean, some of you, when you go on vacation, like say you're going to Disney World, I'm going to show you how to pack. If you're going to some places like Disney World or Universal or SeaWorld or Busch Gardens or Six Flags, wherever you're going for the summer, or if you're going out to like hang out at the beach, I'm going to show you what I'm going to actually bring, what I've decided to start bringing for clothes and everything else and accessories. So stick around, watch for that video. And I also remind you that if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, ring the bell for notifications, and, tell all your friends too, get some friends to watch the videos and subscribe. And I'm also going to be, pretty soon I'll be doing the weekly narc, but I might have to change that to the monthly narc, where I'm thinking about doing those videos, say like, once a month, because I really want to do that video show as well. But I'm having, it's difficult when you're working 2 jobs and you also have a YouTube video channel. And, you want to get as much content out as possible. But sometimes, when you're working, when you're in the financial rat race like I am, you got to put your priorities first. You got to pay your bills. You have to have gas in your car, food in your, refrigerator, the whole 9 yards. And that's basically what's been going on with me. And, as you know, I take care of my mom and dad as well. I do that as well. And, to be in my shoes, it's two jobs. I mean, it's two full-time jobs. I mean, you think to yourself, don't you wish you were from planet Krypton? Like you had Superman's power, because of, you know, because that, so that way you could just do, 90 billion things all at once. But unfortunately, in reality, we can't because we are human. And Superman's a mythological figure. But at any rate, I wanted to go ahead and, do this video. It's been a while since I've done a album versus album video. I'm planning on getting more out shortly. And like I said, I'm preparing for the next part of the video series. And I'm also gonna do the one for the mystery ride, which I'm gonna entitle that Vacation Memories. And get ready for that. That's gonna be up and coming soon. At any rate, I've got laundry I gotta take care of, and I gotta make my lunch for work tomorrow. And I'm gonna actually let me put it this way. Tomorrow I'm gonna be waking up about 4:30 in the morning. That's Florida time or East Coast time. And I'm going to be getting ready to be at one job by 7 in the morning. And I'm going to leave that job at 3:30 in the afternoon so I could be at another job at 4 o'clock and work that one until 1 in the morning and not get home till about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I got a lot on my plate these days. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and, get ready to make this video for you and have others ready in the making. And as always, it's your old pal, Russell J.S., wanting to wish you the best, wish you to keep it chill, keep it fresh, keep it real, keep it, listen to all old school music, whether it's be 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, watch 80s movies, watch some old school television shows, binge watch classic old school television shows, should I say. Play some Nintendo, play some Atari, and as always, I want to wish you all Godspeed. May the Force be with you always.